Hello, today we're going to talk about cellular respiration in general. So I wrote the equation for cellular respiration up there. Hopefully it looks familiar to you because it's just like the equation for photosynthesis, but it's in reverse. So where did we get this glucose and this oxygen from? From photosynthesis. We get the glucose when we eat plants and we breathe in the oxygen. And then our body is going to turn it into water that we pee out, carbon dioxide that we exhale, and also ATP energy. So the overall purpose of this is to create ATP energy. We are taking the food that we eat and converting it into chemical energy that can be used by our cells. Photosynthesis occurs in the mitochondria. That's why everybody calls it the powerhouse of the cell. So I'm going to draw a cell. That black thing that I just drew is the cell membrane. So the whole inside of the cell would be full of cytoplasm and all the organelles. I want you to picture like the nucleus and the ER and the Golgi and all of those guys. I'm just going to draw the mitochondria just because we don't have a lot of space, and that's the one that we care about. So the mitochondria has an inner and an outer membrane, and the inner membrane is squiggly like this. So mitochondria. It's called the powerhouse of the cell because it makes ATP. And now let's go through like the steps of cellular respiration. Step 1 is called glycolysis, and it occurs in the cytoplasm of the cell. Step 2 is called the Krebs Cycle, and it occurs in the matrix of the mitochondria, or the inside of the mitochondria. Step 3 is the electron transport chain, and that is located literally inside of the membrane. And of course, the electron transport chain is going to end with an ATP synthase. So step number 3 is the electron transport chain and ATP synthase. Let's add in some of our components. So the glucose is going to be used in glycolysis. C6H12O6 goes into glycolysis, and then that will eventually get broken down and it will go into the Krebs cycle. The oxygen is going to come in over here to the electron transport chain. The carbon dioxide will come out from the Krebs cycle, and the water will come out from the Krebs cycle, or from the electron transport chain. And then most importantly, this ATP synthase is going to make ATP. Lots and lots of ATP for our body. So we are taking this glucose that we ate and running it through a series of chemical reactions to produce ATP energy.